Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 671 for comics originally coming out. Let's see here, September the 28th and September the 29th, the last release week of September. But before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming Tuesday and Wednesday, you got anything else, Drew, before we jump into this whole upcoming month?
Well, just some more treats for our patrons and ultimately our listeners. Because of our Patreon, we've added a new little special segment. We had one of our longtime listeners, Wolf Warner, on the show last night, and we talked NFTs. So we've got an hour and a half of NFT conversation. Great stuff, comics, NFTs, and the ins and outs, do's and don'ts, NFT 101. Fascinating. And we're going to be dropping that sometime in the feed down the road. It'll be exciting. Of course, our patrons will get that first because they're special. Because they went to Patreon / Comics Fun Profit, and they subscribed for a level of their choice. And as one of the bonuses, they get early access. They get special episodes. They get exclusive episodes. They get access to our Slack channel. They get free swag, which we have a great upcoming giveaway where we're going to give away a CGC 98 comic of their choice of the following. We're giving away either a Deceased Dead Planet 6, a Joker #1, a Future State Wonder Woman #1, Catwoman #9, Amazing Spider-Man 21, Fantastic Four Road Trip #1, Marauders #3, Demon Days X-Men #1, Haha #1, or Green Lantern #9, all donated by our good patron and listener Adam Pastory. So you'll get to choose one of those if you are the fall winner, and that's coming up in the next month or so, where we'll be giving that away. So if you are a patron, you get entered automatically in that. There's some other giveaways happening. Eric from Cowabunga has pledged to give away to new patrons. The first three, I believe, patrons receive some special exclusive Cowabunga variants shipped to them. That's exciting stuff. I think it was Shadow Man, the Jenny Frison Shadow Man exclusive pack. It was like 3 of them.
That was a good looking cover.
Yeah. So they got some great stuff for coming on, and then of course they also got entered into the new thing. So there's still, I think, a slot left for those new folks. Lots of free stuff, lots of swag, lots of access to cool stuff. We continue to add new episodes because of our patrons. Like the NFTs, like Jason's interview series, which continues to get heavy hitter after heavy hitter, fun stuff. We're still getting great feedback on some of those awesome interviews with creators, and we love being able to add that variety to our channel. So it's not just me and you talking about comics for an hour. We get it.
That would be so boring.
Well, I kind of like it. I kind of like that too. But so it's exciting stuff. So go to Patreon / Comics Fun Profit and be a part of it.
Cool.
We want to get you involved in that and be a part of that. But and stay tuned for that NFT conversation. That's pretty awesome, and that'll be coming up soon. Thanks to Wolf for that. But first, we need to talk previews. We didn't even get to finish last month's previews catalog, and the new one's already dropped.
We only dipped our toe into the catalog.
Yeah, I don't think we ever got to the back half, so we're going to try to. We better start right away on the new catalog. So October for December, was that what it is?
Yep,
the
absolutely.
new one that's out. So the new catalog's out. We're going to start with the Image this week, and hopefully make it all the way through the catalog this time before the next one drops. But let's go to Image and see what kind of stuff pops out at us. First thing is this Lady Mechanica. Was Lady Mechanica always an Image book?
That's a good question.
I don't remember that. Maybe it was, or maybe it's one of those
I
title that bounces around.
I remember the Lady Mechanica title, but I can't remember where it came around.
Yeah. So more Joe Benitez. Is that his name? Yeah, Joe Benitez. He's been doing this stuff for a long time. I've never really read much of it, but I know he's got a following.
If you like steampunk,
Yeah,
that's the way to go.
It looks like we're going to have a superhero team rolling out of Spawn with the Scorch #1. Is that what this is?
An Avengers-esque assemble of superheroes and the latest entry in Spawn's universe. Hook readers of King Spawn and Gunslinger Spawn, as well as longtime Spawn fans. So this is the Spawn Universe Avengers.
Okay, so they're going to... So another cash grab by Todd McFarlane. It's gonna sell well. Sean Lewis is doing the writing now. He's the longtime editor at Image. That was always the Walking Dead editor. And so now, and he's taking the writing chores for this. That's kind of cool. There's Frank Quietly and Capullo doing some covers. That's going to be nice. But I think the artists and the insiders, Paolo Sequeira and Steven Segovia, they're going to drop a monster 48-pager for $6, and then probably follow up with $2.99 issues after that, because that's what Todd's all about, keeping it real at $2.99, right?
That's right.
I don't know. Have you been enjoying any of the King Spawn Gunslinger stuff that's out so far?
I dipped into the Gunslinger stuff at some point, but I've got too much. I'm behind on Spawn.
Yeah, Spawn's one that I got off of a long time ago, and now I feel like I'm too far gone.
Yeah, exactly.
To really enjoy it, not knowing enough of what's transpired over the years. So I've just kind of like, I keep buying it every once in a while because he does these like fantastic covers and brings some awesome artists and does some awesome things with the books. But I just, as a reader, I've just not really been a part of that world, and it looks like I might be missing out. Sounds like he's doing some interesting stuff. We've got Mark Millar doing King of Spies. So yet another from his idea head.
I've got it as Matt Milla.
You went without the R?
Yeah, that's what it says in my thing.
Oh, you're okay. And Matteo Scalera doing interior. So I haven't got to see a lot of Matteo Scalera since Low ended. So I'm excited about that. Looks great.
So yeah, we have James Bond, who has 6 months to live and decides to just go on a murder spree.
Which, why wouldn't you, right?
Absolutely.
I think we'd all make that decision. But yeah, they're giving you 40 pages for $4.99. This is only a short mini series because that's what Mark Millar does. Gets in, gets out, gets the Netflix check, and then moves on to something else.
That's right.
It looks pretty. Kind of. I don't know if it's any part of that Kingsman world at all. It must be connected somehow. So we might, see this, of course, as a movie at some point. Makes a lot of sense.
It would be. You're right. It might be part of that series. That'd be kind of neat if there was crossover in that.
Yeah. I've enjoyed the Kingsman movies that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to spin off from the Noctera world. We're going to spin off a Blacktop Bill one shot. Blacktop Bill is one of our villains from that series. It's been a good book. I've enjoyed Noctera. And this is something I'll probably definitely enjoy because I like that world.
There you go. fresh off the heels of its being purchased and made. It's nice to see the featurette on the villain.
Yeah, I guess I don't understand why that couldn't just be a part of the ongoing series. I don't know why they got to do stuff like this. I guess to get crank another number one, put another number one out, so that helps with sales, gooses sales. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
that's the only one. And of course, we're going to go back to the well with Stray Dogs for Dog Days, a 2-issue series. The wild runaway success of Stray Dogs, at least in my mind, it was a runaway success. I loved it. Tony Fleek's back doing the writing. Trish Forstner on art again. And we're going to do, looks like some short stories straight out of the pages of Stray Dogs. Each stray that made it out of there alive, spoiler alert, will get their own little short story. I think that sounds adorable, lovely. Hopefully happier.
Yeah.
And
so, where I'm reading these things off of Previews World, they're each giving, in the synopsis, they're giving what's called a register pitch, which is kind of the 1-second blurb of what this is.
Okay.
Would you agree that Stray Dogs is Lady and the Tramp meets Silence of the Lambs?
Oh, yes, it is 100% that. Yes, good.
There
call.
You go. Okay, I was curious how accurate those this plus this equals this.
Oh,
are.
Yeah, that's spot on, and that's exactly what it is, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. If you like Silence of the Lambs, and you want it to be a little more fun and adorable.
Only you want the murdering to be done in the dog world.
Yeah. So we're doing 48 pages, $4.99, so $5, a little high. It's only 2 issues, so they're probably both going to be $5, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But they're going to do some fun stuff with the cover Bs again, which I like. We enjoyed those horror movie homages in the last series. I'm glad they went back to the well quickly. Strike while the iron's hot. Mm-hmm. Art looks about the same, maybe a little less polished than it was in the first series, but I can't be 100%. It could be early artwork too. You never know. So I'm guessing you didn't. From what you just said, you didn't even read the first series. Is that right?
No,
it never.
I picked up. I was going to say I picked up a few of them, but I never jumped into it. You know, horror's a tough uphill sled for me.
Yeah. You because I remember it came out about the same time as Scouts Honor, and you were all in on Scouts Honor. And
then, I went the
um,
other way.
Yeah, and then I was talking about Stray Dogs about the same time, I think, and we just probably I enjoyed Scouts Honor, but I enjoyed this way more. But yeah, it does have it has a horror vibe, but not much, you know. Yeah. And not much. The very first issue of this one has a bloody screwdriver on the front. I would not give this to your kids and say here's a fun little doggy story.
Never mind. Christmas is canceled. Pre-order off.
Yeah, I would not do that. But it's pretty great. I wholeheartedly recommend Stray Dogs Dog Days. Get on board. Let's see, we got Leon.
Is it more or less appropriate than your Rover Red Charlie book?
Oh, you know what? That's great. It's a lot like Rover Red Charlie.
There you go.
It is not as violent. But yeah, it's very reminiscent of that. And now that you mention it, maybe Garth Ennis needs a check.
There you go. I like that.
Looks like we're going to be collecting some stuff in trade. We got 6 sidekicks, Siphon, Howard Chaykin's Time 2 or Time Squared Omnibus, which I missed that entirely. I don't remember that book. Yeah. Commanders in Crisis, Copra, more trades. Deadly Class is doing some deluxe editions and hardcover reissues. And that might be. That looks like that's all the new stuff, and when we're going to get into some of the ongoing that are still out, we're hitting Deadly Class issue 50. We're in the middle of saying goodbye to all our characters, wrapping this thing up. So this is Deadly Class 50 is it's really close to the end of the series. I can't remember exactly.
Who's doing the stupid Alexa thing?
And then we've got Deep Beyond close to finishing up with issue 11 of 12. Merca Undolpha is, as Kyle likes to say, it's the penultimate. He had to step away for a second and beat a kid. He'll be back soon. There's the Deep Beyond number 11 almost finishing up. Then we have the Department of Truth at 15 and Echo Lands issue 5. And then they're doing these raw cut editions, continuing the raw cut editions. This is for issue 4. They're going to do one of those. I've not dabbled into those, and J.H. Williams' art, though, is pretty amazing. We're looking at Firepower 18. That continues to chug along. They were way ahead. I was looking at some of the back matter in a previous Firepower, and Kirkman and Samney were like 12 issues ahead, and then Samney has since kind of slowed his pace, and they're catching up. So they're now talking, I think in the last one, I can't remember what issue that was, like 14 maybe. They talked about how at some point they'll be taking the trade break hiatus after being a dozen issues in the can ahead, which I thought was surprising, because I thought Samney was really fast. He might be like spread thin doing other things.
Yeah. Well, this one here is the end. This 18 is the end of the arc, so it'll be the end of the third trade here as they're publishing now.
Yes. Your mic was open, so we did get to hear you beating on your children.
Excellent.
So you should be getting a notice from the Children's Services Agency soon.
Well, I get about 65 pops from Alexa as they're doing stupid notes, and I was just like, get off the Alexa.
Then we've got Good Asian, number 8. It's getting close to finishing. That's been a fun story. I think they might revisit that one, or that'll definitely make it into some other format. I think it's been well received enough. I'm enjoying that one. The way this Spawn universe is growing, I can just see like this, like a whole series of stuff. Him getting some kind of licensing agreement with one of the streamers that just says, okay, we're going to do a Spawn main series, and then we're going to do a bunch of these little. I can just see that thing rolling out into various formats, and him just really expanding its footprint. Can't you? I mean, he seems like he's got that.
Yeah, he seems like he's been planning this for a long time. He's got, his characters, his different branches he's going. He's, as of now, got his Avengers universe coming in. So, I mean...
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I think we just need one of these offshoots to just hit hard. Like, one of them to become super popular, and that's all it's going to take.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at Ice Cream Man 28. And looking at
told me Ice Cream Man was ending.
I don't think I did. Did I say that? Okay. I don't think
Maybe.
so. Not about Ice Cream Man. But cover A is like a book from an etymology, an etymology textbook, and it's just like a bunch of text. I'm not really sure what that's going on there.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know that is as appealing as they might have thought it was.
So far, they've been right on about everything.
That's true. But if I could, I think I'd rather have an actual Ice Cream Man with the chest cavity open on the cover B. I think that's cool.
Creepy.
But it looks like this is, from the looks of this solicit, it's talking about So it says the etymologist rises is the title of issue 28. He said the term comic book is an etymologically confusing one, as they, the comics, are most often not humorous, nor are they in the traditional sense books. So it's kind of like a deep dive into what is a comic book, maybe? It could be kind of interesting. Behind the curtains, meta type. All this stuff is meta. All his stuff is pretty meta. But yeah, I love Ice Cream Man, so I'm on board for sure.
At the very least, jump in and see what it's about.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be creepy things within the whole thing.
Now, Kyle, Raise a Glass, Manifest Destiny number 48 is series finale. My beloved Manifest Destiny, written by Chris Dingus, art by Matthew Roberts and Owen Gianni. Made it 48 issues, told its story, and that's going to be finishing up.
And made me some really good money off this one.
I hope so. I hope I see this again in another medium. It's Lewis and Clark, a supernatural Lewis and Clark retelling. If you don't know, and gosh, I didn't realize this started back in 2013. Mm-hmm. So more than just a dozen issues. They've not quite done a dozen issues a year, obviously, to only get 48 from 2013 to now. But they've been plugging along, taking their breaks, keeping at it. This book is just I just love this book. It's one of this original Skybound launches of Kirkman's Skybound imprint, and they've nurtured this along. I think when we were last seeing sales numbers, it was pretty paltry. I mean, it was like for sure under like 3,000 maybe, and it just nobody was buying it, and it was a bummer. But man, I love this book, and I'm gonna really miss it. And
a master class on what to do with the splash page at the end of an issue to cliffhanger into the next issue.
Yeah, that's right. Straight out of the Kirkman school, the Eric Larson school of keep them wanting more and get them to come back for the single issue experience. They cram all kinds of stuff into these single issues so that it's worth reading in the floppy form and not trade waiting. So great. It's going to be a great collection. They'll be able to do it.
One omnibus, two hardcovers,
one compendium.
Yeah.
Multiple omnibus. Multiple hardcovers. It's going to be beautifully collected and an earner for them for years and years to come, because I think it's going to have a long, long tail. And I know it got optioned at some point, didn't it? I just don't know where it is in development, or what streamer or who has it, what studio has it.
Well, it's Skybound, so Skybound all went to the same place.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, who was that?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. Exciting stuff. I love this book. I'm gonna miss it. It's one of with this and Deadly Class. Deadly Class will be ending pretty soon. Some of my long-running Image books, that pretty much are kind of mirror our, since we started podcasting, right? So the stuff from 2011, 12, 13, all ending, or in the case of Saga, just going away for a couple of years and maybe coming back.
The 6-month hiatus becoming a yearly.
Yeah, so I don't know. Are they trying to tell us something, Kyle, that they're all getting out of the game?
It's time for us to fade off into the darkness.
Are we supposed to hang them up at this point? Have we overstayed our welcome? I don't know. But oh man, I can't recommend Manifest Destiny enough to those folks that haven't read it. And you can get the dollar Image first issue. You can get the $9.99 intro trade of the first 5 or 6.
First trade, second trade, phenomenal. We wavered a little bit in the river for a while and didn't move as fast as we should for a while, but just very, very good.
Yeah, now it's full steam ahead, heading towards the end. Um, you know, lots of cool, fantastical creatures and exciting stops along the way. And I don't know if we'll get all our answers or not. I'm excited to find out. But yeah, so check out Manifest Destiny number 48, the culmination of a lot of effort from some great creators. It's awesome stuff.
Hmm.
Let's see, we're finishing up the Me You Love in the Dark, Scotty Young. That's finishing up the mini-series finale there. Newburn, we get our second issue of Newburn. Newburn from Chip Zdarsky.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that one. I read that first issue. Yeah, I don't think it's out.
That cover B for Nita Hawk's Nightmare blog that Saturday. That's a good style. That's a looking.
Oh yeah, it looks like the Saturday Evening Post. Oh, that's awesome.
So Noctera's been out for a long time. Did we do a second print already, or are we just now circling back to the second print on Noctera number 1?
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I think we printed a lot of seconds and fourths on number 2. And
yeah, that seems like that's happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then we get to that Texas Blood, still chugging along, issue 13. This is one that I think can go for a long time as well. A lot of stories to tell in that universe. That'll be fun. Walking Dead Deluxe, issues 28 and 29. A lot of Woodbury stuff, Governor stuff going on at that point.
Mm. And that's, I mean, we're past the super popular ones.
Yeah. And you know what's curious is a lot of this stuff I don't know that it holds up as far as like character choices given all the history that's passed.
Yeah.
Like, so we've all seen the evolution of these characters in print form over nearly 200 issues. So we've read their evolution, and we've seen the remix version of these characters in television form, and now we're almost finishing that up with the final season trilogy happening. And so that's a lot of water under the bridge for these characters to go to. So now we're going back, and like the last issue, you're seeing Michonne and Tyrese hooking up, Carol committing suicide, attempting to commit suicide, and you're like, these characters, these are not these characters. These are not who these characters are. But that's because they're different than how they started, and they evolved.
Yeah.
Well, Carol didn't evolve in the book, but Michonne sure did, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So yeah, it's kind of a really fun experiment, I guess, to go back and revisit this stuff after all the things that you already know, and some of them just stick out like sore thumbs, and then some of them are just like, oh, that's right, I forgot that it started like this.
Mm-hmm. Check out the cover D for 28. I love that Tedesco cover
With the glove?
with the hand.
Oh, yeah. I gotcha. Yeah.
Pretty major point that we now have a cover for. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that is cool. Okay, so 28 gets 4 covers, 29 gets 2. Any reason why? Why not just 3 for each? Is 28? 28 must be something special.
The cutting of the hand.
Is that enough to? I don't know.
The final appearance of hand.
What's the furthest place from here? Gets another vinyl edition with you can get a record with it, and it's in issue 2 as well. This is the punk upstart warriors and indie shredders screaming females. I'll get a beat a 2-sided 7-inch. That's kind of neat. Do you know anybody that's got these yet? See what they look like?
I was just thinking the same thing, as I haven't really seen these.
I like the idea of them a lot. I just haven't pulled the trigger on buying any of them. And that's pretty much all I had from Image, I think. Unless you had something else, Kyle.
That's it, but a lot of cool stuff and some stuff leaving us.
Definitely. What's next, Kyle? Do we do Hot 10 or are we going to do FOC? Which next?
We can do either one, because we only got one hot books thing we're going through. So
yeah,
let's do FOC next.
Okay, let's do that.
Of course, FOC is our final order cutoff. It's our last chance to add a few things to our book list to get, just to make sure we're getting things at the original release price and not paying all them extra dollars that we need to for things. We get a really cool curated list from our good friends at Deep Discount and Cowabunga Comics, where they pull out the stuff that they think is featuring and then give us a nice little list. Some of the things that they're looking at is they are looking at DC versus Vampires #1. They like that cover A, that Otto Schmidt. Task Force Z #1 from DC as well. Still the cover A on that one. Epic Tavern Tales from the Fantastical Crimes Unit #1. Black Caravan imprint on that. Province of Secrets #1, cover A. Christian DeBari cover there. I'm not even sure we'll have to dig into what publisher that is. They're looking at the Osaki Yojimbo Volume 2. Really cool cover there. For the first time in full color, so we've got 2 full volumes of full color available. Hellcop #1 from Image, cover A. Nita Hawk's Nightmare Blog #1, the cover C. There's a Matina cover on there, and that is a wicked looking Matina cover. Marvel Voices Community #1, we've got a new feature on that with a nice cover on there. Phoenix Songs Echo #1, the Carnero Stormbreakers variant. So we're back to it. Looks like the symbiote covers with those. So we've got some awesome stuff there. The second trade for Star Wars High Republic. The really cool deluxe edition hardcover slipcover for Something Is Killing Children. And then Agratsuro Down the Rabbit Hole hardcover there, in a little bit of the all-agey category. So he pulled out quite a bit of stuff to feature here for FOC, so I'm imagining this one's pretty deep.
Yeah, let's see what we got. We've got already the second print of Harley Quinn, the animated series. Eat, Bang, Kill Tour #1 goes to another second printing. That's kind of cool.
Definitely.
We've got Batman Secret Files, Peacekeeper #1. I don't know if you're interested in any of those things. They look DC's really just crushing it with their covers, man.
Yeah. Sorry, I was obsessed down at Nightwing 85 because we're feast date, but we're back with Nightwing and the Batgirl combination, and I remember that being a big thing in the New 52s.
Oh yes. What was that? Issue 4 of the last Nightwing series, where was it 4 or 2? I don't remember.
It was issue 4 of that New 52 series. Became the most difficult one to find and one of the lower print runs because of the Batgirl and him combination kind of split the fan base, and they just dried up real quick.
Yeah. I guess so. It was. I'm guessing it was Batgirl fans seeking that out because she was on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to seek this one out because she's on the cover of both cover A, B, and C.
Yeah.
And it's a design. There's a design sketch cover of her too. So, yeah, Kyle, that's a good idea. That's smart because I think it's possible history could repeat itself.
Yep.
I do take a little issue with the fact that we're back to Batgirl again, because we had our Oracle going strong, and I don't really understand why we have to go back and forth between Oracle and Batgirl. Why we can't just pick a lane and stay in it? But you know,
Are you questioning Tom Taylor?
a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
uh,
I thought he was doing a great job with Oracle. I was glad to have her back. I just don't understand why we have to have both Oracle and Batgirl as her vacillating between the two characters. Why she can't just pick one, right?
I'm with you.
I mean, I guess they don't want to give up on either IP, so let's keep them both both going strong.
There you go.
But it really doesn't make any sense that she's in the wheelchair as Oracle, but then her, I don't know, spine machine allows her to be Batgirl as well, but not for too long. I don't get it. I think that's the deal. Like she can still do it, but if she pushes it too far, then she could damage herself or something. I don't know.
I can't wait for Drew's Batgirl series. Batgirl and the Spine Machine.
I think that's the official medical term. Spine machine. Yeah.
Lucius Fox, what have you designed? I made Spine Machine.
Spine machine. Yeah, that's what it is. Hey, man, remember Basket Full of Heads? Well, now we're going to do Refrigerator Full of Heads.
What's bigger than a basket? Obviously, a refrigerator.
Yeah. And next, after that, is a bank safe vault of heads.
Volkswagen Beetle full of heads.
We could go on forever.
Okay, explain to me the cover B on Refrigerator Full of Heads.
Well, obviously, you scuba dive with a shark chasing you.
For an ancient magical axe.
Yeah, that is weird, right? I guess we'll have to read it and find out.
Yeah, I was going to say, they've gone in a direction that I was not anticipating.
Yeah. Man, with the leaning into the King Shark, putting him on every Suicide Squad. Well, of course, it is his book, so why not? But those are some interesting covers for King Shark, if you can't get enough of him.
Apparently he's featuring in Refrigerator Full of Heads.
Yeah. Now, Task Force Z, how intrigued are you on this book?
It's interesting.
Okay,
I'm curious.
We've had Marvel Zombies. We've had Tom Taylor's what was his book?
Dead. You asked me too quick.
Jeez, what's wrong with us? Anyway,
it's early.
yeah. We had his book of zombie superheroes, and now we're going to revisit it with Task Force Z and reanimate some dead villains. I mean, I guess it's a little different twist. I'm interested in it.
There you go.
I'm guessing they're not going to stay dead, right?
I'm guessing not either.
That they're resurrecting them, and then they're going to be back out in the world again. So we never really killed them. So are these going to be based on? I think they're going to just be resurrecting all the Arkham villains that were killed. Is that right?
It sounds like it. Yeah, especially from looking at Dan Mora's 1 in 25 cover.
Yeah, and we're doing 1 in 100. So after DC got away from this, they're back.
One more bite at the apple.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff there to choose from. Dark Horse, I don't see a lot. New Orville, 2-issue launching. And Tales from Harrow County Fairfolk is finishing up with its 4th issue.
There you
go. New Dungeons and Dragons and My Little Pony from IDW launches. not a crossover, but two different series.
But it's a prelude to Baldur's Gate 3 video game, so that's pretty cool.
Okay.
So to lead into that, it's awesome.
And Baldur's Gate's an old video game, right?
Yeah. There's been some old Baldur's Gate, but one of the better video games of all time.
There you go. Me You Love in the Dark gets a third printing from Image. Primordial #1 gets a second printing. We're going to relaunch.
I wish. Okay, never mind. They're not showing us the thing. I was like, I wish it wasn't so dumb. I can't remember what the first printing looked like, but they don't give us the cover art yet. So that would lead me to believe it's hopefully something different.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Unless they're just going to do a color wash on it, and they just haven't taken the time to do that yet. So we got I guess we got the final issue of the last Ant volume, long awaited, and now we're going to relaunch that series.
I mean, that's weird, but okay.
Yeah, it's old series, right? I mean, old
Yeah.
character that's been gone for a while. It's an all new origin. I guess they're going to retell the origin. People like the character.
Apparently not. It went dormant for a dozen years.
Well, that's true. That's true. Maybe not enough people like the character.
Yeah.
I guess
There
that's what I
are
should
a select few big fans.
Yeah. Haberlin's Hellcop launches. Doing some creepy Ice Cream Man cover Bs.
I don't even know if I want to look.
I think that's the stuff of night. Yeah, that's the stuff of nightmares.
That's bad. Holy crap! Kingspawn gets a second print after all those copies.
Yeah. Supply and demand, bro.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm gonna give 5 covers for Walking Dead 25.
Oh wow.
More so because I think it's the 25th issue, and we're going to do the Marvel Let's Celebrate the milestone of 25
Yeah.
than it being anything happening in there.
I always got to remember to click on cover B because it's the traditional cover, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. It was this.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what that's what that is. What is Marvel Voices focusing on? This Latinx.
I was gonna say I'm not sure which creator versions we have here. In this one.
Yeah, Latinx community. And we're going to get how many Moon Knights? I'm going to get, looks like 2 independently orderable for issue 4 and a Delato 1 in 25, I'm guessing.
Yep.
That sound right?
Mm-hmm. And there's been some cool store variants. Moon Knight's had some good store variants, exclusive
Yeah.
stuff. So
That's
a lot of stuff that a fan like yourself would have to very much chase.
Yeah, that would be a real challenge for me to chase those down. So that's why I poo-poo it.
We had a good bit of heat on Moon Knight #3.
Yeah, exciting.
As the first full appearance of Hunter's Moon.
Right. A character that, didn't look that impressive in the issue, was busted pretty easily. We'll see what happens going forward, how much that villain is used. I'm curious to see how that plays out. But exciting that the new volume of Moon Knight can generate heat like the 1980s volume has been.
IG-88 getting his own book, Drew. As we,
Oh,
you ever
wow,
wanted
cool.
a story by a robot? But
What?
as far as stories go, that is awesome because, like, IG-88 notoriously hates humans. So that should be fun to see his perspective.
Yeah, what was the IG that was in one of the Star Wars?
IG-11?
Was that who that was? Yeah, that was a
Yeah, IG-11 was in Mandalorian.
great story arc. That was so much fun.
Mm.
So if they can just capture that, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Did you see we're not getting a Mandalorian this year?
You don't know
We get
that, but I assume
we get-
that.
We get that Boba thing instead on Disney Plus.
Book of Boba Fett. Again, you showed me a thing off the internet that I'm assuming is not a real poster.
You mean all the internet stuff is not true?
Correct. There were far too many characters on that poster for it to be real and not a bigger deal. So, I'm assuming
Gotcha.
what you showed me was a fan art thing, and
Yeah,
that
that's
it
true.
means absolutely nothing.
That's true. It's possible. Well, stay tuned. I did see that
That's
there's
right.
there's Disney Plus Day on November 12th, and they've got, in addition to dropping Shang-Chi in the Legend of the Ten Rings that day, they're also dropping Jungle Cruise, a couple of other books, or a couple of other show or movies, a new Simpsons short, a Star Wars special look, and a Marvel special look. So those were the ones that were the most curious to me. So
Oh, yeah.
set your DVRs. Well, don't set your DVRs to streaming service. Set your calendars for November 12th, and check.
Pull your TiVos out of the box and put them connected to your computer.
Dust off your VCRs. Because I'm interested in whatever the Star Wars special look and Marvel special look is. I'm guessing it's
Yeah.
some kind of announcement that they've been keeping under the vest. So we'll see.
Under the vest, is that similar to close to the vest, but even more buried?
Yeah, it's even closer still to the vest because it's under it.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just
Hey, I can't even find this vest.
yeah. I've hidden it underneath it. That's why.
That's right. Marvel's got a pretty good slate, though.
Yeah, good stuff. Some of our smaller publishers were going to the third issue of Not All Robots and Eat the Rich. Ma gets the second issue.
It gets 4 covers.
Yeah. Deadbox number 1 goes to a second printing. Barbaric goes to a fourth printing for its first issue.
Do we know that Barbaric has done this well?
yeah. I guess it has. Kind of under the radar though, right?
Yeah. I love that the last book you'll ever read has 3 printings. The irony of that.
Yeah. Behemoth Comics is putting out Popstar Assassin number 1 from Ed Lavelli and Matt Cashel. It looks like Elvis is also a hitman. Looks kind of wild.
Definitely.
Don't know how well that'll do.
I wonder how Bubba Hotep this is going to end up.
Yeah, exactly. Dynamite gives us Purgatory number 1 from Ray Fox. Oh, it looks like it's part of the Vampirella universe.
Yep.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just less interesting to me.
Yeah. That means this is for a few people.
Yeah. So, White number 5 allocations will occur
Okay, I was going to say.
on
Yeah.
Black Mask. I don't know if Black Mask is now my most hated publisher or Bad Idea is my most bad. They
Yeah.
I think it's Bad Idea still by a hair because they have so many bad ideas that upset me. Whereas Black Mask has only recently upset me.
I put a
Well, no,
Black Mask book on my last on the order for last month, and I almost didn't because of all the bull crap.
yeah, well, I definitely didn't because of it, and I should probably stop talking about them. But yeah, they anger me. Bad Idea angers me. Um, but yeah, I think they're number two. Black Mask is my number two most hated publisher.
Who's three? We got to get a third on here.
Well,
Top
maybe
three.
it's Titan because they're doing allocations for Gun Hunting number one. Their second,
But that's a
printing.
second print. I mean, they're not. They didn't allocate the first. I don't believe so.
Yeah, well, I know why. Why do you? It's called final order cutoff for a reason.
But
This is your final
so I
order
can actually
cutoff.
see. I actually like the idea of second printings having a set number, and then if we go to a third, having a set number. Because I hate these weird situations where you have the first print with a print run of like 6,000, and then the second print has 12,000. It's weird. So I actually think it's cool when you have like a second print limited to 5,000, third print limited to 5,000. I always think that's actually a good thing.
Yeah, when we remember that, was it Ice Cream Man the first time they did the Dr. Seuss second printing or whatever, and it
Yeah.
outsold like the first issue.
Yeah, by triple.
Yeah, and so yeah, that was kind of a bummer for us as speckers. Yeah, that is true. I don't like that as well. So tons of good stuff in the FOC list. If you're new to the show and don't know about that, that's a weekly list that you can get on that mailing list. The link is in the show notes. Feel free to click on that, and you can be a part of the Cowabunga FOC list and order.
Feel free to use their list to take to your LCS to see about getting on FOC, and if not, contact them if you need to get them over the thing. But it's so much easier than tracking them down on eBay and paying 3 times the price.
Yeah, yeah. So tell your LCS to get with the program or kick them to the curb and go to Cowabunga, like we did.
That's right. Drew, we have done some awesome things looking into the future and a few things coming up here. But let's check out what's hot right now. Let's go to our friends at CBSI, at Comic Book Invest, and let's look at the Hot 10 Comics list.
Fantastic.
So at number 1, Drew, Hit Monkey.
Hit Monkey.
Did you see the trailer for Hit Monkey?
No.
The animated series Hit Monkey. It looks pretty cool, actually.
Oh wow.
It looks very well done. Writer Daniel Way, depending on the grade, a raw price prior to the Hit Monkey trailer were between $40 and $60. After that trailer, they have spiked to $125 to $150, and a 9.6 CGC sold for $450. While I don't like Hulu prospects, I hope this is well received so Hit Monkey can cross over to at least a D+ book. At rank 2, we have Siege number 3, the J. Scott Campbell variant. Hard to track trends on such a very, very rare book, but a raw sold for $2,600 this week, which, other than the $5,000 sale in June, is as much as 9.8s were previously selling for. So, that is a very rare bucket with one of the very cool Deadpool covers.
This is one of the early, was this like a 1 in 25 or just one of the ones you bought from his website?
I think it was a 1 in 25 or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
At rank 3, we have Nebula number 1. Was just simply a cover price book. Now it's between $20 and $30. And you can pick up her first appearance in Very Fine Near Mint for around $40. I actually love the Karen Gillan character, but this one doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I'm not real sure what the spike was for that, but interesting to see. There's some extra Nebula heat.
Yeah, it seems like it's a little late.
Yeah. At rank 4, we have Kang the Conqueror #2. Came out last week and was selling for cover. This week is selling for between $15 and $20. The story is a bit convoluted, but spoilers. Ravonna Renslayer was Moon Knight? No clue where they are going with this, but that reveal has definitely piqued some people's interest.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So now I got to read that damn book.
Now you got to jump into Kang the Conqueror. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
At rank 5, we have the United States of Captain America #4, the Peach Momoko 1 in 25. Around $50 or $60. It's been a while since a Peach cover has been on the Hot 10, so welcome back, Peach. Am I the only one that thought she was a mermaid at first on this cover, but it looks like she's Captain America? Probably. Never mind. Boy, I love this next one at number 6. I missed this one, but it's so cool looking.
Yeah,
at rank 6, we have Radiant Black #8, the Tyler Kirkham 1 in 25 variant. Between $40 and $50. Are many stores still ordering more than 5 books of this title, let alone 25? Add in that, and this sweet Kirkham cover and this awesome picture becomes a pretty clear while it's selling at double the current ratio. At rank 7, we talked about this a little bit before, Moon Knight #3. We're talking about the Rod Rice 1 in 25 variant. $40, $50 already. There is that first appearance we talked about in here of Hunter's Moon. I can't decide how I feel about this cover. So what do you think, Drew?
I like it.
There we go. The stamp of approval. Creatures of the Id #1 at rank 8. Lang, Allred, and Meyer are the writers/artists for this. Saw no indication anywhere that there is Madman movie, TV news, or anything. However, sales indicate something has juiced up interest in this hard-to-find early 90s key. 9.0s are up to $250. So just a heads up. We don't know why there's movement on this, but just FYI. At rank 9, we have Blip #1 by Drew's good friend Varios.
Yeah.
Tracking prices on raw copies of this are difficult due to condition issues, but sales this week have been brisk. Not sure why the surge this week, and as high as $200 on raw copies, and a 9.2 sold for $380, which is double the previous all-time high for this grade. 9.8s just 6 months ago were $650 and are now $2,300 and more.
Is this like a GameStop stock situation where people on Reddit forums
We're pumping and dumping?
Say let's prop this up and make this into. I mean, where's these things coming from? Nobody even knows.
Yeah, aside from, like I said, a couple of the fun Facebook communities trying to prop up Dark Hawk #1. We've been doing that. Other than that, I've not heard too much of that kind of thing.
Yeah. Strange.
At rank 10, we have Daredevil #111, the Terry Dodson variant. This is the Ed Brubaker written. I wouldn't have thought that the Hip Monkey trailer would have caused that much interest, but at least seeing Lady Bullseye puts extra eyes on her. This one is up around $100 raw and $425 for a 9.8. All covers of this issue are seeing activity, though.
Yeah, it's a great cover.
And we got some honorable mentions. The Rio Ghostbusters #1. A raw copy will now set you back $40 or $50, and don't expect that to get you a very clean copy. With Ghostbusters coming back to the silver screen, expect more casual fans to be looking for this. And this is more in the category of people my age that now have more money than they know what to do with, so we go back and grab for childhood things.
Yes.
And from there, cool and old school thing, Teenage Diary Secrets #6. A raw 2.5 sold for over $1,400 this week, compared to a graded 4.0 that sold last year for $775. I I would not have known that this was Marilyn Monroe on the cover if I hadn't been told. That's crazy.
Yeah,
An old teenage Marilyn Monroe on the cover.
Yeah. So why the interest? Because it's a 10 center, I guess.
Yeah.
A star photo cover. I don't know. I don't know what sub genre this is.
I mean, it hits many things. I mean, it would hit Marilyn Monroe people, old school fans.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. All right, let's do a sneak peek at next week and head on over to Lunar to see what DC's got coming out.
That's right. Our new releases for the 28th. Never like a weird baby on the cover of anything, but Batman Reptilian #4, that Liam Sharp cover A, is crazy.
Yeah, would make you want to pick that up and say, okay, well, what's this all about?
Got a wicked Calendar Man on the cover of Batman Superman 22. Always like a Calendar Man appearance. And Mr. Mixoplex with him. I just wanted to prove that I can say Mr. Mixoplex correctly.
Well, there's probably 75 different versions of people out there going, no, it's pronounced this way. I think you got it right, though.
I think I got it right. That's what I heard in one of the animated shows, so that's what I'm going with.
Yep. Yeah, that's how they did it on Super Friends, so it's good to me. Good for me.
So it is gospel.
Yeah.
Derek Chew just does some great Harley covers. I don't care what you say. The cover be there.
Who's saying that he doesn't?
The same people saying my Mixoplex was incorrect. The same people saying, you know what, I could take or leave those Derek Chew covers.
Those guys are jerks.
I'm not having it. That's right. So, okay. So, who is on the cover of Robin, or the cover B of Robin 6? I can't remember.
That is Flatline?
Flatline?
No, that's not Flatline.
Ravager, one of the
new characters introduced in this series. Yeah,
yeah. It's a good cover of him, is what I was saying. I like it. Okay, is this Merca and Dolfo? That's not an homage. No.
Finish your sentence. Where were you talking about?
This Ruby Justice League #6 of 7. There's a classic old with the star guy on the cover from Avengers
from
Lore
Suicide
or something like that.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I just making sure that wasn't like an homage cover we're missing. Stabbity Bunny has a plushie?
Yeah, you can buy your own Stabbity Bunny plushie. Does that do anything for you?
Which is just a white rabbit. It's just a white rabbit.
It doesn't look Stabbity at all.
He doesn't come with a knife or anything. He doesn't come with a knife or anything.
They're missing out completely.
Yeah.
Let's see what Image has for us this week. It's
all right.
We're taking our first shot at Echoland's Raw Cuts with the first issue Raw Cut. We'll see how that'll probably do as well as any director's cut ever does, which is not that great. Just a bunch of ongoings, nothing special jumping out at me. Any of the spawns, all the spawns look pretty cool actually, as always.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're great looking covers. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
We're not being able to see all of the Sweet Paprika covers, I assume.
Mm-mm. Let's see. Dark Horse launches a new Stranger Things with Tomb of... what do you think? Ibwen? Ybwen? Ibwen?
Yeah, I think that's good. I like that.
We'll go with Ibwen. IDW launches an Art of Pulp Fiction illustrated history of vintage paper, which looks really cool. These are old pulp fiction paperbacks from the 1940s through the 1970s, and their covers, which are all fantastic. And if we're on a comic, would make you want to buy it.
Do we get the Eastman cover for? Oh, okay.
No, the Nishijima is kind of like a stylized thing. I don't know what they got going on there. I think that's final art. I don't love it. Marvel gives us another awesome, amazing fantasy cover for issue 3. Those are pretty great.
Yeah.
Anything else in the Marvel? Oh, I got Inferno. That Art Germ Inferno. We forgot about that one.
That's right. I was looking at the Scotty Young version of Extreme Carnage. I like it when he takes sadistic characters and makes them tiny children.
It's not old. That hasn't gotten old for you.
No, I still enjoy it. That is a weird take on that, though.
Yeah. Did we ever figure out who WOBH is in Star Wars? Is that the character that sits on Jabba's shoulder?
No, that's Salacious Crumb.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm taking a while to load this, so I'm. Oh yeah, this weird dude. Animanatum.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that is. Dynamite gives us Army of Darkness 79. Kind of interesting. Gotta love. I'm still oohing and on over that Art Germ. Looks really great. Mystique. If you don't take that one, I'm taking that one.
What is it again?
Well, I guess I should finish up. I mean, there might be something else, but right now that's number 1 with a bullet for me.
What was it?
The Art Germ Inferno number 1 with Mystique on the cover, the painted Mystique cover.
That is pretty cool. Hey, isn't that? I pointed that out to you during FOC. You can't take things that I showed you.
In FOC? Well, maybe that does make sense. We should probably do an FOC pick. Like even more so than our
We've
sneak
done that
peek.
before when there's a clear cut. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe we should do one like a consensus FOC pick, because you can actually guarantee that you're going to get one for a decent price and the guarantee that it's in your pull box. I don't know why it's taken us 671 episodes to figure that out. But.
Well, I sometimes when we do the FOC like right at the end, I'm like, well, I think you need to add this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but yeah.
Yeah. Well,
so
right. But isn't it an official segment? Isn't it an official segment? No, it is not.
I apologize.
Yes.
Let's make it official.
Yeah.
Did you officially order any second print Moon Knight number 2s?
Like Kyle's Kooky Corner FOC lock. we need something. We need something that's an official segment.
We will workshop that in the FOC.
I don't think that's the final.
Yeah. Moon Knight number 2 second print. Did you get any?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. I'm just making sure.
Of course.
High Republic number 8 going to a second print.
Yeah. What I did was I stopped buying all the covers for Walking Dead, and then I shifted that dollar amount over to completing all Moon Knight releases.
When did you stop that? Did you stop that at Governor, or did you stop that at Michonne?
Michonne. Michonne was the last one.
Gotcha.
Am I? I've gone too far. Oh, I'm back up in. Sorry, I'm lost in my on previews world.
Sure, come on back to us. Pulling up Something Is Killing the Children books to see if anything. That was pretty cool.
So we're in the back half, right? Did we do
Yep.
Boom yet? Did we already do Boom?
I went past Boom and said, I don't see anything I need in Boom.
Gotcha.
Corset #1 from Scout Comics. Master Gregory de Alpien is a world-famous fashion designer and inventor. His groundbreaking corsets fascinate and inspire millions of people around the world. It's been years since he showed his face in public, living in seclusion in his mysterious clock tower high above Gothic City. One night, a young and naive girl named Elise ruins the master's grand fashion show. De Alpien invites her to his tower where he plans to reveal his dark secrets to her, but first she must give him something in return. Okay, they told me a lot and yet nothing at all in that same thing.
Exactly.
And I don't know. And they also have a Prestige edition cover. That's kind of cool. So they're doing a standard cover and then a Prestige format of the exact same thing, same cover, art, and everything.
Yeah. So speaking of where we talked about it during FOC, we're talking about it again. Gun Honey #1.
Yep.
Yep. That's the one. That's the one.
Yep. Now there's a Sienkiewicz as well.
I know. I got to go with cover A. I can't get past that Adam Hughes. So there's just something about it. I can't put my finger on it exactly, but there's something about it that
Can't
really
put your finger on what it is. Gotcha. This book's probably not going to be fun. Human Remains #1 from Vault Comic by Peter Milligan.
Yeah, not a laugh a riot there, is it?
Yeah. Dax and Bisa love each other, but in this new and terrifying world, love is dangerous. Feeling anything is dangerous. Earth has a new and terrible invading monster that deprives us of the very feelings that make us human. A shocking tale of pent-up emotion, perilous loud sex, and forced composure in the face of unspeakable horror. From one of the most celebrated writers of comics, Peter Milligan, and breakout horror artist Sally Contratito.
We've got the second issue of Suicide Jockeys by Ryland Grant, who Jason interviewed recently. Now, the previous issue homage for issue 1 was Roadhouse. And this issue, cover B homage, is something that I recognize, but I can't remember, and I don't know what it is. It looks recognizable.
What book?
Suicide Jockeys #2.
We talked about this. I gave you the answer to this on FOC.
Was it Death Race 2000?
Death Race, yes.
Yeah, okay. You did tell me that. I may have Alzheimer's. It's possible.
Oh my god, this podcast just got so dark. We're telling you that this is Drew's final episode. We're putting him in a home. From Source Point Press, we have Unborn #1 for fans of Alien and Power Rangers. That's a bit of a
what's the Venn
you were
diagram
born
there?
at an odd time, yeah. On a strange world, 5 explorers mine for super fuels in a last-ditch effort to save collapsing Earth, but the mission goes to hell when they are overrun by a hostile alien species. With humanity's survival hanging in the balance, the crew must eradicate the deadly hordes and salvage the mission. But what if the monsters aren't the only things they have to worry about. What if the most dangerous threat facing the crew is each other?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look bad.
Right. All right, let's do it.
Red 5 Comics. I'm still reading books. We got number ones coming out from small publishers, Drew. We have Verge number 1 from Red 5 Comics. A mysterious time travel event known as The Verge has brought thousands of people from across all of history to New York City. Vikings, samurai, Romans, Mayans, cavemen, and thousands of others all live in a vast and turbulent melting pot. Connie Liu is a New York City detective investigating the murder of 3 samurais, a case which threatens to turn the divisions of the city
4 cups of coffee,
into
and if we don't get to my sneak peek, there's going to be an accident. So you need to read faster and button this bad boy up.
We are putting Drew in a home for incontinence as well as his inability to remember things.
I would like to read from the dictionary. I'm going to start reading from the dictionary the letter A, and I will complete that in 7 to 8 hours. You're killing me.
Drew.
Yeah.
What's your pick?
Oh, let me think. It is Gun Honey number 1 from Titan Comics. Beautiful book, and one that will be sought after for years to come.
There you go. And I actually, there was not a whole lot that piqued my interest too big this week. Second Prana High Republic's gonna. I am not just waiting for you to silently pee yourself. I'm actually trying to figure this out.
Well, since you did choose Inferno number 1 art germ cover for FOC, why don't you go with that one?
Let's do that.
I don't want to make your pick for you, but it's a good one, and it was I was going back and forth between the two.
It is a wonderful art germ cover. Cover B, Inferno number 1.
Yeah,
by our good friend Art Germ.
Yes. Listeners, we love you, but I gotta go.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. Drew's got to go. Check the Patreon. We'll see you next week. See you.